Hello everybody, yes, I'm Paul Ruston and I'll be presenting with my colleague Mario. We're from Ipsos. So audience measurement has been evolving, particularly in the audio sphere, and Ipsos has been at the forefront of these developments. And before we get caught in the minutiae of some of the details that we're speaking about, I think it's still important to note that radio still has the highest weekly share of any media in both the UK and the US. And we'll be looking, I'll be looking in my part of the presentation at some real-life examples of how we've been working with our clients to evolve our services. And Mario will take you through how we've been building on our panel expertise to leverage some of the opportunities that big data now presents. So Ipsos is the third largest market research company globally, and we're just coming up to our 50th birthday, founded in France. Specifically, with regards to media measurement, we cover 77 countries with our services. We have a global media measurement HQ based in London, of which Mario and I are part. And specifically for radio, we cover 35 countries with a range of measurement techniques, including passive, diaries, online, and day after recall. So the case study I would like to first start with is Radar, who we've been working with for over 30 years. And that study started as a diary-based 7-day approach. And over the years, it got enhanced with the number of stations measured and, crucially, the reporting system. However, come 2007, with the widespread development of the internet, that's where we really started to see some methodological changes. We included the online diary and the mobile app diary, which made it more convenient for our participants, but also crucially, it made it more accurate to get the attribution of platform and devices listening. We also introduced the Midas dataset, which is the measurement of internet delivered audio services, to provide some more context around how people are using the new platforms and devices. And during this period, we'd also been conducting a lot of tests on our passive electronic measurement approaches. However, almost 3 years ago to the day, COVID hit, and that had a big disruption on a lot of measurement services, but particularly the Radar data, which was focused on face-to-face interviewing. So in response to that, we were able to develop a hybrid solution for Radar, which was pulling together the various different approaches that we had been trialling, such as a diary panel, which was filled in directly by them, but also an electronic passive panel, and also able to get some face-to-face back into the market. So we were able to start re-reporting data in 2021. And that data was consistent with the previous data sets. It was robust, it accurately reported how people are using the data, and of course it was COVID-proof and hopefully more robust to potential future disruptions. So underpinning this is our MediaCell technology, which is essentially an app that panelists download, and that provides a passive measurement of broadcast media and also online activity, including particular apps such as players. We also have an online meter where we partner with Reality Mind, which can go on additional digital devices to the smartphone to provide a complete measurement of online activity. This provides cross-media measurement at an unduplicated reach level. It's able to determine between in-home and out-of-home consumption, and also provides the opportunity for customized research, such as proprietary panels and ad effectiveness studies. So one such proprietary panel is something that we do with the BBC, called BBC Compass, where we recruit a panel. It measures the competitive media set within the UK, and it's been running for a number of years, and these insights have now really embedded themselves into the BBC, so they obviously use it to monitor and assess content, see which platforms are providing the greatest value, and also has embedded new reporting metrics across the organisation. So we are seeing this trend for currency data plus the opportunity for insight. Ton has already gone through what's happening in the Netherlands, and you'll be getting the video soon, so I won't repeat that. But another recent launch is for the BRC in South Africa, where, again, due to COVID, the previous currency data stopped, so we were able to introduce a new service using day after recall as a currency. But we're also there building a passive panel using our MediaCell app to develop an insights database. So I will now hand you over to Mario, who will go into more detail as to how we're harnessing additional data sets. Thank you.
So thank you, Paul. As you heard from Paul, how traditional methods, traditional measurement of radio audiences is evolving, preserving the legacy of traditional measurement, incorporating old methods, but also bringing, obviously, benefiting from new technology and bringing new insights, new rich data into measurement of traditional radio audiences. What I want to focus on in the next 8 minutes is the future of measurement of audio in total. So measuring audio wherever happens on whichever device, and combining that and offering a full picture of consumption of radio and audio. In that sense, if you look at this chart, obviously, first things that come to mind is, we always repeat, is that the approaches have to be hybrid, that we cannot rely anymore on a single method or a single data set, which means data integration has become almost the key element of audience measurement. So how we see this is this sort of a theoretical and practical framework that's already in place and in play in different sort of media, but it also can be applied very much to measurement of audio. So first of all, people measurement is still at the core. So we using passive methods, using traditional methods, combining those methods, we still need that to measure actual consumption on people, to observe people behavior. We get metrics like people-based reach, obviously, demographics, duplication between devices, and this is still the best source of that data. However, audience measurement has been benefiting from big data for probably around 10 years now, where we are able to collect census data, which is device-based measurement, by placing tags, SDKs, into publisher and broadcasters' systems. That allows us primarily to measure accurately volumetrics, which means time spent with media, number of sessions, and those kind of metrics. And it can enhance the measurement of the people reach as well, even by sort of enhancing the ability for us to measure something that we might not be able to measure on the panel or on a survey. However, there's a third element which is in play, and as we heard from Lee today, it's all about combining that third-party measurement, but also bringing first-party data into the mix. And that is absolutely crucial and will become even more important as we move forward. So for whatever, for different technical privacy reasons, again, sometimes third parties are not able to accurately or sort of to cover everything that we need to cover. So we have to work with platforms to bring first-party data into the measurement. Obviously, it has to be scrutinized and audited and be sort of fit for a currency integration. Lastly, and this is the part I'm going to focus on in the last sort of 6 minutes, is how we bring all of that together, and especially how we benefit from the use of synthetic data in terms of as a foundation of building and delivering audience data sets to our users. So essentially, just to sort of introduce the term synthetic data, essentially is any data that's generated artificially by algorithms instead of produced by real-life events. Obviously, it has to mimic the real data. It has to preserve statistical properties. It has many uses and had many uses since the early days of computing, but today the biggest use is training of machine learning models, where synthetic data allows collection of data and customization of data in a much sort of a efficient fashion, sometimes of course, than actually trying to collect real life data. The biggest benefit in the end is the privacy, preserving the privacy, which synthetic data completely supports. So how we use it in audience measurement, there's two big challenges that we are trying to solve by the use of these synthetic data sets. One is data integration, as we heard. It's becoming the norm of how we produce audience data. And